Hey there, gamer. What is going on? Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to go and show you how to set up a practice lobby for yourself so you can learn anything and everything that you want about the game in Counter-Strike 2. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to load up the game. Once you have that loaded up, we're going to go over here to the top left of our screen. We're going to click on Settings Menu. And then from there, we're going to click on the Game tab. And then we're going to go down to this section right here, enable developer console, and then it'll show this little tilde key right here. You're going to click this drop down menu and make sure that it is on and it is enabled. That is the first step that we're going to do. And then next we're going to click on this play button at the top of the screen. These little check boxes over here on the left side, it's not going to matter whether or not we have them on or off because of the commands that we're going to be inputting into the game, into the console. It's going to basically either do what they already do, or it's going to do more than what they are capable of doing. So next, we're going to go over here to the top of our screen, click on competitive, and then pick whatever map that you want to play on. We're going to go ahead and just start with Inferno since it's the new map. And then after that, just click go. Alright, so once you've loaded into whichever map that you chose, now it's time for us to pick a side. Whichever side doesn't really matter, so we're just going to go ahead and pick T side. Now, while this little intro animation thing is going on, you can already be starting to add in certain console commands. So we're going to go ahead and open up our console command, and the first thing that I'm going to give you is to just remove the bots entirely. So you're going to type in bot_kick, and as soon as you press enter, boom, it is going to remove all of the bots. So as you can see right there, there was a little freeze time, I believe is what it's called. There was a little bit of a freeze timer right there. So we're going to go ahead and type in our console MP_freeze. As you can see, it's already down there at the bottom. Freeze time, you can change that value down from 15 seconds to 0. So that will completely eliminate that freeze time, right? So now we're going to type in MP_restart game. You don't have to do this, but I'm just going to show you that that is going to remove the freeze time at the start of the round.
Let's do this thing. Come on. Let's go. Let's go.
As you can see, we have now just loaded straight into the round. Okay, so now those are two commands so far, bot_kick and then MP_freeze time space 0. If you're in a practice lobby, you're going to be wanting to practice for, several minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, right? So you don't want to be getting interrupted every minute and 50 seconds, right? So we're going to change how long the round time takes before it expires and hits 0 and moves on to the next round, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to type in MP_round time. As you can see, there are multiple there. We are in, because we chose the competitive game mode, we are in round time diffuse. We're going to change that from 1.92 to 60000. And then when you press enter, and then obviously you're going to have to restart every time, but you type in MP_restart game. Again, you don't have to do this. I'm just doing this to show you the effect that will take. It will do the intro, which I don't know how to remove the intro yet, or even if you can. But once we load in, you're going to see there's going to be no freeze time. And then the timer at the top of your screen on your HUD is now at 60 minutes. So now each round will take a 60-minute period. Obviously, you can change that value to whatever you see fit. I just have always used that specific value. Okay, so an extra thing that we're going to go over here real quick. You don't necessarily need this because a majority of people that are just doing a practice lobby aren't going to need extra rounds. But if you're doing something else and you need a command to give you more rounds than the MR12 format, the max rounds of 24, we're going to go ahead and type in this command, MP_max rounds. As you can see, the value there in the console is 24. We're going to change that from 24 to, let's just do a value of 9s. We'll do 4 9s, so that'll give us 9,999 max rounds. So like I said, a lot of people that are doing a practice session aren't going to need extra rounds, but in case you find yourself in a situation where you need more, this is how you do it. This is the command that you use, and using whatever value that you need. Even if you want to go with less rounds, you can do that as well. So now we're going to move on from that to our money values. So we're gonna go ahead and type in MP underscore. As you can see, first round, obviously we've got $800. That's not gonna cut it. So we're gonna do max money from 16,000 to 60,000. Okay, you can do more of that, you can do less of that. I just choose a standard 60,000 as a lot of my my values for this. We're also going to type in a second command, MP underscore start money 60,000. And it is going to obviously give us the max money at the start. So whatever your max money value is, this is going to be the same. So now, once we've done that, we're going to type in MP underscore restart. You don't have to do this. Restart game 1. I'm just doing this to show you that the command is working. So we're going to have a cool, epic little intro with our homies here, and then they're going to ditch us. And now you can see in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, we're at a value of 60,000. Okay, so now we're almost done with the buy value stuff. Now we need to extend our buy time, because our buy time is just simply not going to be enough if you don't buy everything right out the start. And you could be in the middle of a practice session and you're like, oh, I need to buy this item, or I want to test out this thing. Well, the buy time is already done, right? So you're going to type in MP underscore buy time, and we're going to change this value from 20 seconds. It's 20, and then the decimal point, that means it's 20 seconds. So we're going to change that, and then we're going to add the value that our rounds are, which is going to be 60,000, and that will then allow us to buy even well after the 20 seconds. As you can see up at the top of the screen, we're about to hit 1 minute in, and now we're going to go ahead and buy our AK. As you can see, we can now buy beyond that 20-second grace period. Now, you may be traveling around the map, and then you're like, oh, I want to see if I can shoot through this wall with a Desert Eagle, right? Well, I don't want to have to go all the way back to this starting area to buy that, right? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter this value right here, MP underscore buy underscore anywhere, and the value is set to 0 by default, so we're going to change that to 1. Now, you can buy yourself a Desert Eagle anywhere in the map that you want to test out anything that you might want to test out. Okay, now that we're done with all of our MP buy menu commands, we're going to go ahead and do one more that kind of goes into that similar vein there. So when you're in a competitive game mode or practice lobby, you can only buy up to 4 pieces of utility. And if you're trying to practice utility, you need a smoke, a Molotov, a flash, and a frag grenade. But then you may also want to buy a decoy to practice smokes, and then you don't want to have to throw away the smoke grenade, then to buy the decoy, right? So we're going to up our grenade limit. So now we're going to go ahead and type in ammo underscore grenade, if I can type it correctly, grenade underscore limit underscore total. And then we're going to add this value right here is 4. We're going to add that to 5. And then now, if we open up our buy menu, we click decoy, you can see it will add that. You also saw that we could add a second flashbang if we wanted to, because we increased the value from 4 to 5. And now you see down in the bottom right on our UI, we have all 5 pieces of utility at the exact same time, whereas the game would normally restrict us in a competitive setting to 4, or a casual setting would be 3. So now we can have all 5 pieces of utility. Next up, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our SV commands. So one thing before we even get started with that is that we need to enable cheats onto our server. So we're going to type in SV underscore cheats, and I know that the value says false there, but if we change it to 1, and then I hit my noclip button, you can see that I'm flying around the map now. You cannot do that. I mean, let me see if it actually shows up in the console. If we change this value from 1 to 0, and then we try to noclip, I hit my noclip key, and as you can see right here, it said SV cheat command noclip ignored. So that's one way that you can see if your SV cheats is on or not. SV underscore cheats to 1, and then now we can noclip around the map. And then real quick, what I'll do is I'll show you how I bound my noclip key. This is a little extra piece for you guys. So I use my left alt, so we're going to type in bind space alt and then space noclip, and now you press enter, and left alt is my noclip, and now whatever key that you put in there should start working at that point. So that's a little extra piece there. So now that we have enabled cheats onto the server, we're gonna go ahead and enable show impacts, SV underscore show impacts, and then we're gonna change this from 1. So now when we fire our gun, we're gonna have these little squares. SV underscore show impacts underscore time. If you want to have the little boxes that are showing up, you want them to last longer or even less than 4 seconds, you will change this value here. So I usually do 10 just because I like to have them around a little bit longer, but sometimes it can be a little annoying having them at 10. So you can change this value to whatever you want. You can change it to 1 if you want it to just pop up real quick and then boom, it's gone, right? SV underscore show underscore, no, show impacts underscore time, and then we change this to 10, and then we fire again. You can see that it's going to last much longer than the original, just 1 second. So you can change that value to whatever you want, whatever is comfortable for you. So now another thing that we're going to add, which this one is very important in my opinion if you're doing utility practice, which I am a utility nerd, so this one is very nice to have. So we're going to change this SV underscore infinite ammo, SV underscore infinite underscore ammo. And then we're going to change this value to, I personally have it on 2. You can change this to 1 if you want, and I'll explain the difference. So 1 allows you to have infinite ammo, as well as infinite reserve. The reserve is kind of covered up by my Molotov and my HUD there, but it also allows you to throw utility,
Lighten it up.
and you still have it. So if you want, like I do, SV underscore infinite underscore ammo, you can change this value to 2, and what this will do is the utility still works the same. You still get to keep that, but then as you're firing, as you can see, our magazine is emptying. But when we reload, our reserve still stays at the maximum amount. I like to have 2 on a lot, but it's just a preference thing. It doesn't really matter either way. 1 just gives you a bottomless magazine, and then 2, the value of 2, gives you the normal magazine, but a bottomless or infinite reserve. Now that we've gone over pretty much everything, there is one last command that I want to give you guys before we head on over into our files and try to set up a practice config so we can load this up super fast without having to type this in every single time. I am going to give you guys another keybind that I have set up, and this one is to rethrow the last piece of utility that you've thrown so you can test it on yourself. So we're going to type in bind, and then mine is the minus key next to the 0 key. So you can change this to whatever you want. And then we're going to type in SV underscore rethrow underscore last underscore grenade. Now what this is going to do is when I throw a piece of utility, let's buy a piece of utility, so we're going to throw a Molotov.
Burn it to the ground.
And then say we want to check and see what this is burning, right? Or maybe what it's like to have this piece of utility thrown against us. So now we're going to go over here and we're going to hold this angle, and then we're going to press our minus key now, and it's going to throw that piece of utility that we just previously threw at ourselves, or however you want to set it up. So that was a little bonus thing that I wanted to share with you guys that I think is a pretty useful tool, especially if you're practicing utility in a practice lobby. Alright guys, so now that we've gone through what each of the practice lobby commands that we're going to be using do, we're going to go ahead and now create a config file so that we can just type that in our console anytime that we want to set up a practice lobby, and then it will execute all of those commands for us, and it saves you so much time. So I'm going to try to be as short and straight to the point as I can be with this to try to make it as less confusing as possible. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open up our Steam. So here we go, we have our Steam right here. So now we're going to go to Counter-Strike Global Offensive. We're going to right click on this, we're going to click on Properties, and then we're going to go to this Installed Files tab right here, and then at the very top right we're going to see this Browse button. We're going to click on this Browse button. Now this Browse button, if it doesn't pop up for you, your File Explorer down here at the bottom, it will, maybe it opened up underneath like mine does. I don't know why it does that, but it does do that. So if it looks like nothing happened, that's probably what happened. So now that we're in our Counter-Strike little folder here, we're gonna go, instead of to CSGO, which is where you would normally go if you've done configure files before, we're gonna go down to game. And then we're gonna click on game, and then we're gonna go to CSGO from there. And then once we're in this file, we're gonna go to CFG. Now, as you can see, I have already created an auto exec for myself, so you won't see this here. So first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna right click in this open area. And if you're on Windows 11, it should look just like mine. But if not, if you're on Windows 10, just create a new text document. And then when you click on that, it will take you, it should look like something like this when you click that. So you're just going to leave this, right? New text document. We're just going to leave that. Save that, keep that there. This will make it easier when you're setting up other config files. You don't necessarily have to keep it, but it's just nice. So we're going to double click this now that we have it. And this opened up on my other monitor, but this should pop up for you guys. Okay, so this is where we're going to go ahead and enter everything in. So our first command is going to be bot underscore kick, right? That is going to kick all of the bots, as you know. I'm not going to go over all of these because we already went over them. So now we're going to type in my S key is not working, SV underscore cheats 1. And then we're going to go into another line, and then we're going to type in MP underscore round time underscore diffuse space 60. And that obviously is going to be the one that pushes our round times up to a value of 60 minutes. And then we're going to do MP underscore freeze time 0. That is going to eliminate our freeze time. So it'll get us straight into it. We are going to do our rounds now. MP underscore max rounds. Whatever it is that, whatever values that you put in before is what you're going to put here. Make sure that it is max rounds, plural, not max round. Now we're going to do our money values. MP underscore max money. And then we did 60,000, so we're going to do 60,000 here. And then we're going to do start money. MP underscore start money. 60,000, right? Hopefully you're still following along with me. I know it's a lot and we're kind of going fast, but I'm trying to be as clear and concise as I possibly can be with this. So now we're going to do our buy time, MP underscore buy time, and then we're going to match the value of 60,000. And then we're going to do MP underscore buy underscore anywhere. That's a typo. Anywhere. Make sure you don't typo these. I will leave these in the description below, so you guys will be able to input these as just a simple copy paste if you want, so you don't have to type these values in like I am. But if you want to type them in, then that's fine as well. That works just the same. All right, so now we're going to do our grenade limit. Ammo underscore grenade underscore limit underscore total. And then we're going to change this from 0 or to 4, from 4 to 5. I say change it like it's there on our screen. There's nothing there. But anyway, so now that we've done that, now we've already enabled SV cheats in the previous line. So now we need to do our other ones. So SV underscore show impacts 1. And then we need to do SV underscore show impacts underscore time, and then change this to whatever value you would like. We did 10 in there. I think we did 1 and 10. And then I also like to do this. I also like to add my binds in here just in case my binds didn't load up. So it'd be bind alt noclip and then bind minus key SV underscore rethrow underscore last underscore grenade. Okay, so one thing that I want to add in here that I forgot to go over when we were in our little practice lobby thing is, which I'll add this into the description as well. This is to enable the little mini camera that shows up in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen when you're trying to do lineups, and it'll give you the line of your grenade trajectory and everything. And I'll show you on screen what it looks like. But this one is going to be SV underscore grenade underscore trajectory underscore track PRAC underscore pip review. And then we're going to change this to true. You can even bind this to a key to toggle it from true to false so you can turn it on and off if you like to have it on for certain things and off for other things. So this value here at the end is what you want to change from either true to turn it on or false to turn it off. So this is the command right here for turning on and off your preview camera and the trajectory that comes with it. And then at the very end, we're gonna leave off with mp underscore restarts, restart game 1. No, not 2, 1. And what that will do is that will, once all of these get thrown into command, it'll do them in order. So it'll kick the bots, turn on the cheats, change your timers, your rounds, your money, your ammo limit, the show impacts, no clip, and then the grenade preview, and then it will then restart your game. So now what we're going to do is we're going to click right here, File. We're going to go down to Save As. This is an important part. Okay, so you want to make sure that up here at the top is that it says Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Game, CSGO, CFG. It should do this on its own, but if it doesn't, just match up this up here at the top, and then it will save it into the correct place. Another way that you can see is that if you created that new text document and kept it blank, like I showed you guys how to do earlier, this will show up. So what we're going to do is we're going to name it something. You can name it whatever you want. So we can name it, I name it Practice, right? So that's my other one. So we're going to name this, as you can see, it's showing up right there. We're going to change this Practice CS2. And then we're going to type dot or period CFG. That is important. That part is very important. And then underneath this drop down menu here, we are going to change this save as type from text documents to all files. And then it's going to change a bunch of stuff. You're going to see a bunch of files here now if you're in the right subfolder, and then you're going to click save. Remember this name too, Practice CS2. Yours can be whatever you want it to be. Mine is just Practice, but for example, Practice CS2. So now we're going to click save. Boom. And now we're done. And you can see that it has labeled this up here as Practice CS2. And then once you're done with that, we're going to close this down and we're going to go back in game, and I'll see you in the server. Alright guys, now that we're back in the main menu of Counter-Strike 2, we're going to click on this play button up here at the top right. We're going to click on Practice, Competitive. Again, pick any mode or any map that you want. We're just going to stick with Inferno. The little tickers on the left side, as I said earlier, it doesn't matter if they're on or off for this because we're inputting all the values manually ourselves. So we're going to pick T-side again. And then we're gonna just simply, well, you can do it now, and it'll once you load in, boom, it'll just do it all on its own, or you can wait. So now we're gonna type in whatever we named that file before. So we're gonna do Practice. I actually don't know if it's case sensitive or not, so we're just gonna treat it as if it is case sensitive. We're gonna type in Practice CS2, and then we're gonna press Enter. So EXEC space, and then the name of the file. And then once we hit enter, as you can see, it is now loading up everything. And if we have done it correctly, when we start in, we should be good to go. And I actually did notice that I typoed something. And at the top of the commands here, you will see that it said this right here, unknown command. I created a typo. I forgot to put the D in there for round time. So mp underscore round time underscore diffuse 60. And then if I type in mp underscore restart game 1, it will then, after the loading screen, the intro screen here, it will change the value to 60.
Come on, let's go.
And there you have it. And that's all you need to know on how to set up a practice config. And for that matter, any config. You can set up any type of configuration file that you see fit. Alright guys, I hope you learned something today. I hope you were able to accomplish what you needed to with the practice configuration. If you guys need any help, feel free to leave a comment. Also, if you found this video helpful, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. Hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe for more Counter-Strike 2 helpful content. I plan on giving you guys as much information as I possibly can concerning having a more enjoyable experience with this game and learning some new stuff as we go along the way. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.